Hello everybody, this is Purge, and I'm doing a Lich game here that I played on stream recently. Lich is not in the best position. He's not being played in the pro scene at all here. There's just better heroes. This guy is a pause 5, undeniably. He got some nerfs because he came off of a patch where he was just like by and far the best hero, the best support in the game. And they had to nerf that. They had some... That was mostly due to Ice Spire being too good, that you could basically, if you were channeling it was Ice Spire and Sinister Gaze, that they basically made it so while you're casting Sinister Gaze you could cast other spells no matter what. You didn't need Ags to do that. So between Sinister Gaze I can cast other spells while gazing, and Ice Spire being unlimited, what you could basically do was you just buy a Blink Dagger and you would end up blinking, Sinister Gazing a core. You need Blink and Shard, but you'd Blink, Shard, Blink, Gaze, Shard, Ulti. And what would happen is you'd throw your ulti and it would bounce like 4 times really quickly between the Ice Spire and the other hero. And that ended up not being very good for the hero being balanced. So the hero was way too good, and it ended up making the game a little bit too weird, understandably. Getting beat up a little bit here. Kind of regretted turning back here. That guy hit me with a little bit more damage than I thought. So, a couple of changes that happened to the hero. These are semi-recent buffs after they fixed Sinister Gaze being too broken. I tried to go for one last hit because I was already here. But I probably should have done something differently, like continue to walk. I felt like I needed to TP so that I didn't get here too late. I also didn't have a sentry because I used it to deward that mid ward. But I need to be very careful to not die because I can't TP for a while. So dying is spooky. So I'm just going to rely on regen and my tangos a bit, and then I can come out and zone this guy in other circumstances. And because there's also a Visage that we're playing against, I have to be kind of careful here. I wanted to block this, which I did manage to do. But now I'm going to get ran down with Shadow Poison. And he's going to kill me, so that was bad. And it was only about 40 seconds into my TP, so that means I'm kind of in a... This guy's in a 2v1 here until I get back to the lane. On the bright side, the wave is pushing, which means that it's going to go under his tower. And as a result of it being under the tower, it's going to push back towards him for a bit, and that gives him a little bit of time to breathe. Where it's not that big of a deal if he doesn't get these last hits, for example. What I'm doing at this point is I'm just walking back because I could have TP'd maybe, and I was also thinking about buying like a ring of protection because Lich has kind of bad armor. But I will end up heading back. I could have maybe stacked this camp since I was kind of nearby. That could have paid off eventually, but ultimately back to lane late. I think it's also better for me to walk in the... This is very unfortunate, but it's also better for me to walk back to the lane in the sense that if I fuck up and die again, that would be really bad for our lane survivability. You can usually get away with doing this, by the way, blocking this camp and then deboarding yours if they've already dealt with it. So that felt kind of good. And I'm going to drag my Ring of Protection onto the Kunkka and ping it, and then he will give it to me, which is great. Okay, so here's a mistake that people make with Lich right now that I think is kind of important. I think you have to get Sinister Gaze at level 2. This helps with the Evil Eye facet, which is new. What it basically does, I'll pause briefly. So it basically means that while you Sinister Gaze somebody and for up to 2 times the duration afterwards, so in my case, duration is only 1.1, so it lasts for 2.2. During that duration, any slows that affect the target are 50% better. And any spells, anytime Lich does magic damage to the target, they take bonus damage. At level 1, it's only 15. But Frostblast does 2 sources of damage. It does a base damage and it does an area damage. So the person you target gets hit with 40, and then them also get hit by the area damage of 80, but people around will only get hit by 80. So there's 2 sources of damage from Frostblast. So if I Sinister Gaze first, and then I use Frostblast afterwards, it does 30 more damage. So it basically turns Sinister Gaze into a mild nuke that also means more slow. And the other thing that's important about Sinister Gaze is it does drain mana. So you can drain mana from them to give to you. And this is kind of important in the laning stage. I know I fucked up this laning stage with my TP into death. That was really catastrophic for me. But it's important to remember also that I can get a little bit of mana from this. and then I can get some more nuke and slow in. And the slow that you get from Frost Blast is 25%, so that becoming 50% better means it's a 37% slow. And at this point, we're just kind of happy to harass them, because frankly, we are kind of good spammers. I didn't do a good job doing gaze into Frost Blast. That was one thing that I missed out on, but if I can continue to keep their HP low and bring myself more regen to help offset this laning stage, then that is all a good thing. Helps that the lane was also pushed up, so we managed to get this too. Because I don't have a good way to get mana. The only way is by creeps dying, basically. And that doesn't show in the replays, apparently. I probably should have pulled the previous small camp, but I went for this instead, which I guess was fine. Killing this is fine. I'll just get a little bit of gold out of it. I'm going to try to pull the small camp to it. It's a nice little trick that you had to learn from back in the day, so it doesn't scare me that much to do it. I ended up getting the creeps, which is cool. I'm just going to nuke him and run. I have quite a lot of slow, or a lot of heal. Should have used the second skill first, I think. But I'm not too upset, frankly, as long as the downside is that this guy's getting bonus gold because he's got death toll, so that part's not very good. But we're also harassing him a lot, and I think I'm a pretty good. I actually feel like a pretty strong hero against his hero, and I also bought a raindrop. The reason I bought a raindrop is because it's going to help keep me alive against this this kind of harassment stuff that's going on. So this is going to do more damage now. Look at that beautiful slow. And that's another cool thing about Sinister Gaze, actually, is that it means the blood grenade slow is better too, which is cool. So blood grenade instead of being 15 ends up being 22. The slow of Frost Blast instead of 25 ends up being 37. I can straight up stop people in their tracks if I manage to Sinister Gaze them first, is what I'm aiming to do here. I have to walk over to save him. And I'm going to slow the guy that does the most damage. Look at that powerful slow. Isn't that a nice amount of damage we just did? Kind of want to kill this guy, but I'm not going to be able to do it, unfortunately. Little wand here. I kind of asked for that. As soon as I nuked him, it was likely going to be me taking even more damage. If I just didn't nuke him, maybe I don't kill. Maybe I don't die. But I thought maybe I could get him. Both of these guys are close to killable for me. You might be thinking like, oh, you'd do better if you had Frost Shield, but to be honest, I'm not entirely sure that's true. Because the problem with Frost Shield and Frost Blast is you just run out of mana really quickly. And the amount of damage you get from level 1 Frost Shield is not even that much. It's 18 times 4. So it's just under 80 damage. And yeah, maybe you get some damage reduction, but they're a very nuke heavy lane. Maybe against like a Tide Hunter or something, or an Axe, it could be worth it. I could also be doing Sinister Gaze first here if I wanted to get a little bit more damage. I should have ran up to him instead of gone back for the Tango. Look at that nice slow. Raindrop stopping like almost all of the harassment, which is good. I forgot about that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think it was necessarily worth it. There's no way his shield charges are going to be here. It's definitely gone, of course. That was good, though. I'm a little surprised he fought me. A little mistake on his part. Because now his net worth is like way down here. Because he must not be last hitting very well. He's only got 12 last hits. Honka has 28, so that's the primary issue. If he did a better job last hitting while also nuking, they would be sitting in a much better place. dying here, but felt pretty good.
Dire's top tower is
That one, that's one good thing about Frost Shield with Sinister Gaze, though. Is I think that's the best combo about this Evil Eye. The slow part is really good. I need to buy a lot of blood grenades when I play Evil Eye Lich, but the damage bonus with Frost Shield is really, really solid.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Do I need to TP there?
Radiant's bottom tower.
Usually when this many people TP to a lane and the fight is over, it's not worth going. Fortunately, he's going to get that one. But yeah, bonus damage from Sinister Gaze means that Frost Shield, instead of doing 18 damage, is doing 15 bonus. So Frost Shield plus Sinister Gaze, really good combo when you have Evil Eye. Works out lovely. I almost have 6 here this early point in the game, which is good too, considering how the early laning stage went. I cannot be upset with my quick levels. I wanted to salve him here. Can't TP, unfortunately.
Dire's middle tower
It's unfortunate.
is under attack.
I was looking for their ward. Someone mentioned they had a ward behind tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Very overkill on the Chain Frost. I didn't expect him to blow up so bad. I could have just Frost Shielded the Earthshaker as well. I'm spending too much time down here. I don't really... I could go through like Twin Gate or something instead of walking forward. It's kind of spooky when I see killed the CK.
Man overboard.
Feel like a good time to have a whatever it's called, a salve, a healing salve. Ow.
Dire's
He
top
spent his
tower
mana on
is
me,
under
but I have
attack.
Tranquil, so I don't care. And this is the item that I buy every single time that I play a Lich, which is Pavis. It's just such a good Lich item. It gives you 250 raw mana, which is basically mana regen on Lich. It gives you raw health, which you need. It gives you armor, which you need. And it gives you the ability to save an ally. Like, Frost Shield plus Pavis means your teammate cannot possibly die. That's what that means. Look at those Evil Eye nukes. Ooh. It's not ticking for 32, it's ticking for 32 plus 15. Some good damage. But yeah, this reduces the damage they take from physical. Pavis can increase their physical HP. So, like, Pavis and Frost Shield means your teammate just can't die. To physical damage, at least. Glimmer is also good on this hero, of course, because eventually they will go on you. And we definitely had a little bit of worries about that because of the Storm Spirit, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
he looks kind of dead to me. So I decided against TPing. I'm just going to stay in the laning stage all game, basically, is my plan. I should get a pull done, or I could probably... Does he have Blink? He doesn't yet. Is that his Blink? It is, yeah. So I should actually go gank with him, in my opinion, is what I should be doing. I don't need to be standing here, and I don't really need to cover him. Tobor looked very dead, but he's got a haste rune, so... I ended up getting Polywog Charm. I don't think I liked my choices very much. So I just got this because I can help keep an ally alive, was what I was thinking. Looking to see if I need to TP
Dire's
at all
bottom
here.
tower
And I'm just going to
is
stay
under
hidden
attack.
for now. Here comes the nice little gank.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It's like looking to
Dire's
chain
bottom
frost somebody,
tower
but
is under attack.
give him a little heal here. And 3 points Frost Shield because they have a Gyrocopter and a Visage and a CK, so they have a decent amount of damage. That's hard to do. He has to not be ball lightninging when you go. The Evil Eye really is increasing my damage a lot, it feels like. I need to slow the attack speed of Storm here. Still looking to Chain Frost someone. Now it feels good. I was a little bit slow on Pavacing myself, but... His ulti's on cooldown here. Oh, he's got 5 stacks on him, no wonder.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I thought that was a little crazy. It's nice, I got the follow-up kill though. Oh, where am I at? I'm TPing mid because I'm like, I can help. Decided to buy some wards for the squad. What's the movement slowness? It's actually quite high, 30%. I think something I really realized playing this game and thinking about it afterwards is genuinely that Evil Eye with Frost Shield is the best combo. It's fine with Frost Blast, and I think in laning stage it's something to keep in mind that it's 60 more damage. But in middle game states like this, the combo with Frost Shield is incredibly good. The extra 15% damage just works really good. Or the extra 15, the extra slow. Because the slow value on Frost Shield is the highest, it's 30 to 35. It's really good on Chain Frost too, of course. Like, insanely good. This was really unfortunate, actually. Because they saw him and then they went on him. That Chain Frost is bouncing. It did a lot of damage. It was like a full Chain Frost on all the heroes, but only did so much. But yeah, if this slows 30%, it's getting 50% better. It's a 45% slow every single tick. It's like a permanent slow, and it lasts for half a second. It takes every 1 second, so every half second, crazy slow. I started leveling more Sinister Gaze at this point because I wanted to have more lockdown against Storm, because I was starting to get worried about the Storm Spirit kind of like rampaging our team. Pretty much. One thing about Pavis that you could argue is that maybe it would make more sense for me to have a Glimmer Cape with Frost Shield, because right now I can save people with Frost Shield, but I can't save people with magic against physical damage, but I can't save people against magic damage. So against the Storm Spirit, who is a lot of magic, it's a little bit redundant to have both Pavis or Solar Crest paired up with Frost Shield. My skill build's a little bit goofy this game too. I didn't max out Frost Blast all the way. I think that's fine. I think a lot of pro players will sometimes limit themselves on Frost Blast a little bit, but I think in this case it was fine, because I'm more worried about keeping my teammates alive, I think. But in terms of like farming creep waves and killing heroes, Frost Blast is certainly a superior skill. It's a really, really good nuke. Does 280 damage at 3 points. 4 points is 360, which is abnormally high. And it's a really low cooldown, 7 seconds. The 15 talent's incredible with it, obviously. The 10 talent's incredible with it. It's one of the best talent enhanced skills in the game, I feel like. With that said, most people don't really skill for it, but I mean, the 10 talent puts it from, what, 360 to... I mean, it's literally... This is plus 250 damage talent at 10. It's like, do you want your Frost Blast to do 360 damage, or do you want it to do 610 damage? It's crazy how powerful that left 10 talent is. I just feel like it has to be good for the damage it outputs. So, but with that said, I don't really need the ability to be maxed out all the way. The attack slow that I'm getting out of Frost Blast is nice. That's one good thing that I have going for me, because using that against Gyro or Storm is certainly like a winning strategy. There's no doubt about that in my mind, but buff duration 7. It's another nice thing about maxing this out. It lasts longer, it does more damage. Better for pushing creep wave safely because I don't necessarily have to reveal that I'm on the creep wave to push it with Frost Shield. But even still, I'm maxing out Sinister Gaze next to protect my team a little bit more from when Storm Spirit gets in. Because the more stun duration on Storm, the better. Alright, new item. Mana Drought actually doesn't work on this hero because it's a mana regen. I think I ended up getting Searing Signet. TP'd here. Hoping to help. It ended up not mattering though. They did a really nice job with wards, it feels like to me. Messed up his jump a little bit, but it's okay. Little attack speed slow against the illusions, of course. I ended up getting the greedy enhancement. It gives me raw mana, which is mana regen. Gives me GPM bonus, and I lose a little bit of attack damage, so it's kind of fine. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. It's about all we can do against the storm, pretty much. He took a lot of magic there. Yeah, it feels like, I mean, I'm a little countered anyways by the Shadow Demon, but yeah, this guy does not play Visage much, huh? He kind of just let me kill these for free. Like, Solar Crest is going to get debuffed by Shadow Demon, as is going to be Glimmer Cape, but they're still worth having and using, I feel like. But yeah, Greedy feels really good on this hero. Mana regen, GPM, mana pool. All you lose is 30 damage. It's worth it. And now I'm going for the Glimmer, which is kind of normal on this hero. I think a Blink Dagger could be really good too, because I could use it to catch Storm Spirit, potentially. Does my innate scale? No, it doesn't. Oh, I forgot heroes. Dead heroes give you mana too. Yes. Creeps are 2.5%. Heroes are 25. It's crazy. So this all looks pretty good. We've got really good vision in this part of the map where we might want to play. So we could definitely group and smoke and go. I think grabbing a teammate to go do that would be a good use of my time. Instead, what I end up doing is holding the mid wave. But if we were playing coordinated, certainly a good option. One thing that's really nice about Signet, by the way, is when using it against creep waves. Actually didn't have the level high enough, but if I have 4 points here, 4 points of Frost Shield with Signet against creeps means every time that Frost Shield procs will trigger Searing Signet. So it's really, really good for pushing. I was a little unsure what to skill because I hadn't thought of this combo while I was playing, but I noticed it after this point when I got 4 points, I think. Because it has to be at least 55 magic damage for it to proc. That means it's not going to work against heroes, but against creep waves it definitely will. Now that I do this. So, and that procs over 7 seconds, so that means I'm basically getting like 2 full durations of Searing Signet. So I'm getting like 144 magic damage from Searing Signet with Frost Shield against a creep wave, and it already does like 360 damage, so. I wasn't sure if they had detection over here, but I definitely wanted to play in the area. And I'm buying Atos next because I wanted more disable against Storm. This is not something I would normally buy. He should have ultied right away, I think. It would have removed Sinister Gaze. It would have removed the other slows on him. And then the Chain Frost might have bounced to his illusions instead of him. I was kind of surprised that he didn't deal with that better. Just walking through wards this whole time. They just did a really good job warding this area of the map. Maybe I should have gone for like a sentry or something. Or not a sentry, a gem. I was trying to pull creeps in here for Earthshaker so he could farm while he's stuck up here. Level 13 here. Still no 10 talent.
Top tower is under attack.
This is literally just because I don't feel the most confident casting Frost Blast. I was just slightly more concerned about keeping my teammates alive.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Like giving them physical HP, but not magic resistance or magical HP. Oh yeah, for some reason I got confused after buying the cloak. I forgot to finish my Glimmer Cape. I wasn't sure what that was about, but... So I ended up building mostly towards Rod of Atos before I went back for the Glimmer. Very weird. I really should have had the Glimmer though. There's a lot of moments like this where one of my teammates gets down to like 20% HP and we just like don't have the barrier to protect them. I was trying to decide between getting a 4th point of Frost Blast and getting the damage, and then I realized that skilling this only increases the damage by 80 and the attack slow by 10. The cast range gets slightly better, but skilling this gives it 250 damage, so it's just better to take the talent over the 4th point of Frost Blast in most cases. So this will make it easier for us to get kills. We're just walking under wards this whole time, by the way. And we have like a pretty hardy gold advantage at this point, so the game felt pretty simple at this point. I did fully finish the Atos before realizing like, oh, the Glimmer Cape, of course. But we just did a good job getting core pickoffs across the map. Wanted to armor myself before I got gone on here, but it's just very difficult for them to kill us. I think Storm was already dead here too. They're kind of just making bad goes on us. And the CK support can be good, but not like this actually. He's not playing it correctly. This is not how to make it good. I mean, cast range is kind of nice because you can cast bolt easier, but you don't want Tranquil Boots, you go Treads usually, because it gives you raw HP and the ability to dive. And when it was more common, people were buying Atos with the hero. Not that you have to do that, but basically you want to like win your lane in the laning stage. You want to like take Twin Gates and dive towers a lot, and then take a gold advantage basically with these early movements. But if you don't do a good job in the early game, you're just going to feel like an inadequate support afterwards, is what's going to end up happening. Okay, now I can give my teammates 375 barrier. This item's actually so good right now. It's basically like, this is why mech is so bad, basically. Like, why do you care about mech when you can just buy Glimmer or Solar Crest and just give people like a full HP heal? I should have, some things that I should have done in this case is I really need to Frost Shield myself before I gaze. It's a huge, huge deal. So we're talking about probably like 300 damage difference or something. But yeah, why buy mech when you can like heal one guy that's dying for 375 HP? Or 350. And Solar Crest is expensive too, in comparison to these other ones. It's 25.75. Glimmer's 21.50. So it just doesn't make sense. I ended up getting a higher level of greedy, so more GPM, more mana, less attack damage, but again, it's fine. But yeah, Frost Shield myself, Sinister Gaze. I'm doing chunks of damage and lots of slow. Probably would have killed the Storm if I did this. This poor guy is stuck. Now I just press my little items. Get my little heal back. One Sinister Gaze duration. I usually don't go for that, but because I'm against the Storm, I thought it was justified. I usually get the Cold Feet cooldown. Or sorry, Frost Blast cooldown, which drops it to 3.5. It's very powerful. Alright, this game is extremely over. We're kind of just killing them. They're kind of walking into us and dying, but I accidentally stole that kill. I felt bad. I was just trying to help, but I forgot that I had like a Finger of Death ready to go at all times. I think there's maybe potential for like a Lich core. I know Joe Tato likes to play it. I think he goes Phylactery. Might be better items. Like Atos is quite good, I would say, on the hero. It's like a decent item option. Because you could basically use it to guarantee a disable. And then you could do like Atos ulti into Sinister Gaze. You get more disable in a creep wave basically. So Chain Frost is more likely to bounce on them successfully. That could be an option for an early item, but it's very slow. Your armor's bad. I think, oh, Urn is actually kind of bad. You can't do Urn because it gives you mana regen. But yeah, something like Atos would be okay. There's just not a lot of like items that make it clean. You also can't get a bottle, which is quite bad for mid. But maybe it's possible on like a side lane or something. Probably sounds bad. I don't know if it's... I just don't know if it's possible without a bottle. The bottle feels too bad. Like not having bottle against an enemy mid. I mean, I guess the water rune will give you mana, but like not getting mana from bottle charges is not going to be good. I realized at this point that we were diving a little bit. I ended up buying Gleipnir for fun. So much damage. Okay, I realized far too late that we were diving too much. And we only had a 2 racks. And then I realized like, oh, we're like legitimately fountain farming them. A lot of chops. So yeah, certainly more usage of Evil Eye to play around, I think. It makes the laning stage better. If they have good jump and physical damage, Lich can definitely struggle a little bit. But if you manage to give yourself a little bit of raw HP and armor and things like that, I think you're in a better place. In terms of like Lich core for early items to buy, you can't buy Falcon Blade. Like, Pavis is like straight up just like the best item. Armor, HP, and raw mana. You could also buy Force Staff. I think that would also be okay. Gives you a little damage, a little health, a little bit of mana regen basically. So you're getting 2.5% of this. So every creep that dies. Let me see what it is. So if that's 120, I can't remember what the current numbers are. 0.025. It means every creep that dies, when you have 10 more int, you're getting 3 more mana per creep that dies. So if 4 creeps die, that's 12 more mana. So it's not terrible. Every int that you get is going to make it a little bit stronger. So there's like certainly some like raw item. I think this is why Joe goes Phylactery. Phylactery is also very good on paper in terms of giving you some nice damage and raw mana. The problem with Phylactery is a little expensive, and it does give you some armor, I guess, but it's not exactly like the safest. You could also go Tranquil's mid to help the HP regen thing, since a lot of other items are a little overkill, I guess you could say. Drum of Endurance is cool, but not good. Just a couple things that stat-wise look like they should be good, but are a little bit goofy on your hero. Meteor Hammer won't work, because the mana regen isn't good. You could get a Dagon, hypothetically. But Dagon's really expensive. Like, really, really expensive. And so many other items just give you mana regen, which makes your hero kind of bizarre. I feel like it has to be like Atos or Phylactery. And Phylactery is certainly more HP. It's like 300. They're actually kind of comparable. But Atos definitely looks a little safer to me, disable-wise. Phylactery's 10-second cooldown. You don't really need slow on your hero. You have enough of that, typically, is the other problem with Phylactery, I feel like. You need like lockdown and the ability to guarantee kills. And I don't know if there's other heroes that do that for you. Witchblade doesn't give you mana regen. Huge bummer on Lich, of course. Diffusal Blade would give you intelligence and mana regen. that part's pretty sick, I gotta say. So yeah, maybe Lich core is not ready. It's kind of what it feels like to me. Greaves don't really work anymore. I mean, it's just slightly bad. They have mana regen built in, so that part's kind of bad. Well, it's actually a lot of mana regen. I didn't realize these were such a good mana regen item compared to Arcanes. Arcane Boots is 0.25 mana regen with the active, a 55-second cooldown for 150. However, if you have Guardian Greaves, it gives you a 1.5 mana regen to your hero, and there's a 1.5 mana regen aura. And if you're low in HP, you also get bonus mana regen. So it's actually a 3 mana regen item to go Guardian Greaves, which is just one of those things that's like not really rushable in most cases. And again, the amount of heal that you get from Greaves is kind of like, eh. There's just better items, Crimson, Pipe, Glimmer, and stuff like that. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. That was a little Lich support. It's not great right now. The win rate's it's actually okay. I think the win rate was around like 51%. I checked it earlier. It's actually up there. Yeah, 51 to 52%. It's very stable. It's fine. Evil Eye's probably the best talent, I would imagine. The other ones aren't bad either. It's the basically the other two facets put together. When an enemy is killed by Chain Frost, it bounces more. And when anyone dies under Frost Shield, it procs more. But losing Evil Eye could be significant in the laning stage. It kind of just depends how important slows are, I guess. Growing Cold definitely has good potential for being strong if your Frost Shield lasts for a long time in fights. And if they have a lot of summons, like Chain Frost can be good, can be better at just yeeting it in there. But the extra damage from Sinister Gaze is not bad, and the extra slow is really good for getting kills in the laning stage, I think, with Blood Grenades. So, definitely some good potential there. Okay, thanks for watching. Goodbye.